Manchester United have a real problem at the moment. Cristiano Ronaldo is clearly well past his best. And in 2022, there is very little explanation as to why he should be starting for both Man United and Portugal. And we've witnessed that over the start of this season. At 37 years of age, he is finished at the elite level of the game. Or so that is how it appears right now. And Man United have even bigger problems. No pictures of Martial or Rashford training as of yet. They could be missing for the Manchester derby. And of course, it's more Glazeronomics, terrible planning, and the poor running of this football club over recent years that has led to this situation. I want you to hit the like and the share button, download the One Football app now. Let's jump straight into this. But I'm not a happy boy. When you see Cristiano Ronaldo prop accounts, the fan accounts, come out and say that Ronaldo has lost his powers and is pretty and it is pretty acceptable at the age of 37. We have to accept that he is not the same guy anymore. And for all those amazing moments he has given us during his prime years, we must not leave him alone during his last years. Always with you, Cristiano Ronaldo. And this, for me, was a very strong, poignant message that came out last night after Portugal lost in the dying moments to Spain in a game where Ronaldo had two good chances to score and just wasn't quite quick enough, strong enough anymore to get his body into the position to get the shot off in time. His hold-up play was terrible. His touch, his ability to sprint, the explosive power was gone. We have seen that in every single performance so far this season for Manchester United. I believe his decision to try and force a move away from United and, of course, miss pre-season has exacerbated the situation, accelerated his age somewhat. He started the season not at full match fitness, and at 37 going on 38, the man is struggling. He is struggling massively. And Ronaldo will continue to start for Portugal. He will get games at Manchester United, especially with the injury problems we've currently got. But in the year 2022, with how poor a footballer he is becoming, not what he was, we know he's one of the GOATs. We know he's one of the greatest. I'm not doing what a lot of these fools are doing online and laughing at a giant that has fallen. I am just thinking about the here and now and the necessity to win. And you look ahead at this big Manchester derby coming up this weekend. Martial reportedly out injured still, and Rashford not back in training, meaning that Cristiano Ronaldo could be starting for the football club. And I'm going to be honest with you, this just leaves me feeling one way.
I don't feel anything. I'm upset, really, like deep down in my heart. Like, oh, man. Oh. Nah, what?
And look, that's about as lighthearted as going to get today. And I say it was to why I do feel like that. And it isn't a dig at Ten Hag. It isn't. I'm not even angry at Martial or Rashford here. But I don't think people are focusing on the right things. I'm seeing all morning on socials, and it has triggered me. I can't help myself at the moment. I feel like I don't want to be angry as much anymore. But my own fellow fans at Man United are infuriating me. They're moaning about, oh, it's Ronaldo's fault because he's too old. Oh, why can't Martial stay fit? Well, Martial's had injury problems for a while now. We know that. Rashford's had some injury problems for a while now. We know they were both played when they were genuinely injured, not a little niggle, not a little sore in the leg. They had genuine injuries that needed surgeries, and they were forced playing through that. Man United, of course, went and bought Cristiano Ronaldo. No due diligence done. He's fallen off the edge of a cliff when we've changed direction again, and we now are trying to create a system that needs speed and power, athleticism, youthful exuberance within it. Ronaldo can't do that. Equally, some of the players that are capable day to day physically have injury concerns, so they're not available. So Man United are again less short up front. But my anger, as much as I don't think Ronaldo should be getting picked in 2022, there is no explanation for it. The fact that he is still here is wrong. The fact that Martial is here with injury problems created by the football club, and we didn't go out in the summer and buy a replacement, is down to one group of people and one group of people only. They are the individuals so many Man United fans still back, so many Man United fans still fund, and so many Man United fans, whether they say they do or they don't, are supporting, and that is the owners of the football club. It is the Glazers. It's going to take years and time and investment for Erik ten Hag and his team to rid Man United of the legacy issues created by them, of course, under the sort of they gave all the power to Woodward, but the power was given to Woodward by the Glazers. And to tell you as to why, we saw a striker yesterday, Benjamin Sesko, score one of the best goals I've seen in a long time. A left-footed volley from an acute angle, the left-hand side of the box, Van Basten-esque. Not as good as Van Basten's, but Van Basten-esque. I've watched him play 3 or 4 games since he was linked to Man United. I've done a lot of research via Y-Scout, looking at his statistical breakdowns. And if you know Y-Scout, there is video content behind every single statistic. And this is a serious footballer. Man United did not have the clout, power, or ability to bring him in this summer. And that's going to be a big problem because Man United have a striker issue right now. Rashford isn't great in that position unless he's playing against the high line. Martial can't stay fit. And Cristiano Ronaldo, as we know, is past his best. But why do I blame the Glazers, you will say? I know rivals straight away will say, oh, you're blaming the Glazers again. They don't pick the team. They don't train the team. They've got the biggest wage bill out there. They spend so much money on players. How can it be their fault? Well, it's their fault for wasting that money. And then when you need to replace people, then when you have an issue, there's no money left. Because you've wasted your money, there's no money left. You know, I've gone out and I've bought an extension put on the house. I bought a new car, bought myself loads of new clothes, got nice new drip, got the hair transplant done. Daddy, I'm hungry. I need food. Sorry, son, I've got no money left to buy food because I spent it on all this other shit that we didn't need. And that is what Manchester United had done. When you look at the situation at Man United, put out here by Doc Jossie, one of the best Man United fans I know, record losses with the highest wage bill, increasing debt, and ludicrous money being spent on sacking people. That hasn't even been spoken about. Man United hemorrhaged over £25 million last year on sacking managers. £14 million. £14 million went on getting rid of Ralph Rangnick. £14 million he got for being here 6 months. Record losses, but of course, the dividends still being taken out, the dividends increasing all the time. No football club has had their owners take out more money from them than the Glazers, over £187 million leaving in dividends and share buybacks since 2012. So in the last 10 years, just under £200 million has been taken out of the football club. That doesn't also include the hundreds of millions of pounds they've made through the sales of the Class A non-voting right shares, which ironically happen every single time we have a spike in shirt sales or a good run of form in the Premier League or sign a commercial star player. The share price rises, they sell and they make money. Hundreds of millions of pounds they are taking out of the football club, but they run us like crap. And then you have Man United fans who invade the pitch that say, greedy Glazers, F off. And these same people then, the same person then posts on the internet how happy and proud he is to go out and buy all this merchandise for his family. For his family. At the same time, as you can see, the Glazers benefit from post-Ronaldo boost after sales of Man United shares. There was an uplift of £21 million overnight when Ronaldo's shirt went on sale. The family then cashed in and made £186 million. That's 186 million on top of the 187 million they've taken out in dividends. That's just in that one sale. Over 500 million pounds they have made through the sale of those shares and dividends from the football club. Then they've created the highest wage bill and hemorrhaged money on 3 failed rebuilds, meaning there is very little money left. Go back and check out what Richard Arnold said the other day. Don't expect any more summers like the one we've just had. We've had to go nearly 100 million pounds further in debt to bring in Anthony, to bring in Casemiro. The only way this works is if the rebuild happens, is if Ten Hag can get enough consistency out of this team to get into the Champions League, and then maybe there will be more money. But with our sponsorships decreasing, and by the way, I do not see a manufacturer sponsoring us the £75 million a year that Adidas have done. One, we're not in the Champions League as consistently as we were 10 years ago. Plus, go and look at the stats. Go and check how many shirts Man United were selling in 2014, 2015, 2016, and check now. There's been a drop of over 1 million shirts per year not being purchased. And I applaud those Man United fans for doing the right thing and turning their back on the football club. The ironic thing is this: whenever we give them our money, they make money. But what they continually do is misrun the football club. And the irony in all of it is this. I get the nature of Gamba. I want to get behind Ten Hag because I do. I want Ten Hag to be successful. My problem is I don't think we're going to have enough money because of how they've run the club in the past to allow Ten Hag to get us back to where we want to be. So we're going to tread water. And if we make top 4, they're going to be happy and they will stop investing at the level that we need to get back to the top. So, of course, people will say, oh, Terry, you shouldn't be calling fans out. You're dividing the fan base. I'm not dividing the fan base. That's an excuse given by fans who know they're doing the wrong thing, but don't want to be called out upon it and don't want to hold any responsibility for the direction that the football club is going in. We all play a part. The protests are great. The hashtags are great. But if you do that, if you go and protest, but then you go out, this man did it, and then buy the club's merchandise, you make the money, you enable the dividends to be taken. And you literally piss all over the terrible running of the football club that's left us in this precarious position, which in real terms, in football terms, to bring this right back, to bring it right back to football terms, all those things that you've done wrong mean one thing and one thing only. We're now left in a position where we have Rashford, who isn't a number 9, Martial that is currently got injury problems and should have been replaced irrespective of his ability. And you have Ronaldo that in 2022 has no place starting for a team like Man United in the Premier League because he just isn't the player he was. He just can't play football the way Ten Hag needs him to. And all of this stems from the Glazers and the way they run the club. The money is running out. The debt is increased just to improve the squad as far as we've done so far. That debt increasing means more interest payments this year. More interest payments, increased wage bills means less money for transfers next year. Net spend in the basic form that is used via the media of players sold, players purchased, isn't how the finances are done behind the scenes. The wage bill increasing, the interest payments increasing, the continuation of dividends being paid is going to impact the transfer budgets moving forward. Only Champions League qualification is going to help us, but it's very difficult with the amount of teams that are currently better than us in the league, who do have bigger budgets, who are being run better and have been run better for the past 5, 10 plus years. Man United fans, as much as we're going to get angry at weekends when we've got players out injured, we're going to moan about Ronaldo being past his best. Please do not lose sight of the real problem. Please see the wood through the trees. Stand up. Stop buying the merchandise. Don't renew your season tickets, cripple the club financially, lower the valuation of the football club, crash the share price, stop the Glazers from being able to make money from us. And I am so sure of this, they will sell. Short-term pain. Yes, it means for another year or two, we might look like a bad team, but short-term pain for long-term gain is needed at Manchester United because this club is on the road to ruin. And then we might get these little moments where we get a great result against City at the weekend. We might get, it was brilliant beating Liverpool, brilliant beating Arsenal. But we have to look beyond the end of our noses here. I'm worried about the future of the football club. Of course, I'll celebrate this weekend if we beat City. I want to beat City. I want to get behind the boys. But we cannot lose sight of the true problem at Manchester United. Hit the like and the share button, and I'll see you all again soon. Make sure, by the way, you're downloading OneFootball. Scan that beautiful-looking QR code just there on the screen, or click on the link in the description below, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you.